The actions of the Trump presidency revealed the dishonorable fact of the president's betrayal of his oath of office, betrayal of our national security, and betrayal of the integrity of our elections. Therefore, today, I'm announcing the House of Representatives moving forward with an official impeachment inquiry.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Are you sure you Democrats aren't rushing into this whole impeachment thing? Don't you want to take a few more years to mull, maybe arrest up and impeach him after the next time he's elected? After all Trump did was try to pressure a foreign country into giving him dirt on an opponent again.
Brand new reporting this morning about the Ukraine whistleblower scandal consuming Washington. CNN has learned that President Trump directed his chief of staff to freeze millions of dollars in aid to Ukraine just days before a call with the Ukrainian president in which he raised unfounded corruption allegations against Joe Biden. He specifically targeted Ukraine upon the urging of his personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani, and to the surprise of staffers.
Trump's phone call to the Ukrainian president happened the day after Robert Mueller testified to Congress. It's like if O.J. Simpson stepped out of the court the moment after his acquittal and immediately murdered two people. According to a summary of their conversation, Trump called Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and pressed him to investigate Joe Biden's son, Hunter. Now the Ukrainian authorities say there's no evidence Hunter Biden or Joe Biden did anything wrong, except to try and bring back finger guns. But that didn't stop Trump from trying to persuade Ukraine's president to do him a solid in their call.
The president says there's a lot of talk about Biden's son, what Biden stopped the prosecution, and a lot of people want to find out about that. So again, the president says, whatever you can do with the attorney general would be great. Biden went around bragging that he stopped the prosecution, so if you can look into it, it sounds horrible to me.
And according to some Republicans, this whole thing is a political disaster for Democrats.
Thanks to the left's Ukraine hysteria, they have now done America a favor because now Joe Biden is finally getting exposed and some richly deserved attention for his own Ukrainian scandal.
I'm blowing the whistle on Joe Biden. I want the Democrats to investigate Joe Biden now.
All of this is repugnant, and in the face of the fact that Joe Biden is accused of some serious corruption, nobody's even talking about it.
Who's the real loser here? I think Joe Biden is one of the real losers here in this situation because the entire country and the world are being reminded of the absolute corruption exhibited by him.
Yeah, you gotta admire Trump allies' attempt to spin this as a positive. Actually, we're glad we shit ourselves because now we get to have new pants. And nobody is working harder to love those shitty pants than our pals over at Fox and Friends.
Thank you very much. The president yesterday said he's ready. He said it will be a positive for him. He said that the Democrats will lose. Keep in mind, no president in American history has been better prepared for an impeachment inquiry than Donald Trump.
Yeah, I guess he is prepared to be impeached. I mean, judging from his desk, he never even unpacked. Again, even Ukraine's government denies that Biden pressured them to stop his son from being investigated, which makes sense because Biden couldn't even pressure his own face to stop his eyeballs from exploding at a town hall. Trump's call to Ukraine's president is especially crazy because before Zelensky was sworn into office in May, he was actually an actor who literally starred in a sitcom about a random dude becoming president of Ukraine. So it was basically a conversation between someone who started his political career by pretending to be president and another guy who started his political career by pretending to be successful. Zelensky and Trump shared a joint press conference today at the UN. You can tell that Zelensky used to be an actor because he's so good at pretending to be interested in Trump's bullshit.
I know a lot of people from Ukraine. They're great people. And I owned something called the Miss Universe pageants years ago and sold it to IMG. And when I ran for president, I thought maybe it wouldn't be the greatest thing to own the Miss Universe and Miss USA pageants, but it's a great thing. And we had a winner from Ukraine. And we've really we got to know the country very well in a lot of different ways. But it's a country, I think, with tremendous potential.
Yes, I know it, because I'm from that country.
Also, Mr. Trump, please stop calling my country Titsylvania. That whole press press conference was a real roller coaster for our president. He seems rattled. As we learned today in an exclusive scoop, Trump does not want to be impeached. That is completely real, by the way. CNN, are you guys okay? When he spoke to the press with Zelensky, Trump seemed like he had lost his grip on reality.
Nancy Pelosi, as far as I'm concerned, unfortunately, she's no longer the Speaker of the House.
You impeach me, I impeach you. How do you like that, Nancy? Boom, checks and balances. Trump has lost his grip, but at least he has good people around him, like Rudy Giuliani, who's in charge of denying it, then confessing, then getting very confused on TV.
Former Mayor Rudy Giuliani. Good to have you on the show.
I'm glad I'm on tonight because what you just said is totally erroneous.
So you did ask Ukraine to look into Joe Biden?
Of course I did.
You just said you didn't.
No, I didn't ask him to look into Joe Biden. I asked him to look into the allegations that related to my client, which tangentially involved Joe Biden. You're making a big deal out of it because you want to make a big deal.
We don't know nothing.
Wait!
The Inspector General. No, I got to cut. You've been talking the whole time.
You can't cut me off because it is sad to watch what happened to you. It's sad.
Sad
You're
to watch what happened to me. I'm a sellout.
You are a sellout.
It got so out of hand that Andy Cohen had to step in before Giuliani could throw his wine at Chris. It's all part of Chris Cuomo's new show, Shut Up. No, you shut up. Trump's staff is panicking too. This morning, they accidentally sent their talking points to Democrats and then emailed them again to cancel that first email. Then they accidentally sent Democrats a third email reading, "Oh my God, they know we did it." Meanwhile, Trump has criticized the anonymous whistleblower, saying they only whistle blew for partisan reasons, which is sort of a galaxy brain version of catching your boyfriend cheating and him saying the real crime is you looking at his phone, which is not true at all because the real crime is what you did after you looked at his phone. I know it's easy to dismiss the call to Ukraine as just another Trump scandal. After all, we've already dealt with all of these. Yet no matter how burnt out we feel, we should be as disgusted by Trump pressuring foreign powers to investigate his rivals as we are disgusted that Stephen Miller has a girlfriend. You know what? Let me back up. We joke a lot, but these two actually look great together. So cute. Make no mistake, it is bad that the president is offering to be friends with benefits with any country that investigates his rivals. The fact that he's done it more than once means it's just not horrifying. It is a pattern and it will happen again, sort of like his affairs. I want to repeat, Trump is now so openly committing abuses of power that he's straight out admitting it.
We had a great conversation. The conversation I had was largely congratulatory, was largely corruption, all of the corruption taking place, was largely the fact that we don't want our people, like Vice President Biden and his son, creating to the corruption already in the Ukraine. We had a conversation on many things. In fact, I believe Ukraine put out a statement yesterday saying that we covered many different topics.
That's right. They discussed many different topics important to Trump, ranging from investigating Joe Biden and his son to which Muppet has the best rack. Trick question, it's Fozzie. He has 8 gorgeous teats. Today, Trump and his team are running around like chickens with their heads cut off, but remember, they're actually very good at shaping the public narrative. Over the next few weeks and months, we'll see a lot of people moving the goalposts about what constitutes an impeachable offense. A lot of Trump allies will tell us that it's outrageous to even consider holding impeachment proceedings unless we have footage of Trump literally exchanging a sack of cash for dirt on his enemies. Threats don't have to be spelled out to be threats. Hey, tiny country, please look into my rivals isn't an innocent request any more than nice pizza joint. Shame if anything happened to it is a simple, flattering Yelp review. There doesn't need to be a clear quid pro quo to meet the standard for high crimes and misdemeanors. In fact, an impeachable offense doesn't even have to be a crime. You know what? I'll let this renowned constitutional scholar explain it.
He doesn't have to say go lie for me to be a crime. You don't have to say let's obstruct justice for it to be a crime. You judge people on their conduct, not magic phrases. I think that's what they meant by high crimes. Doesn't even have to be a crime. It's just when you start using your office and you're acting in a way that hurts people, you've committed a high crime. Because impeachment is not about punishment. Impeachment is about cleansing the office. Impeachment is about restoring honor and integrity to the office.
Hey, that guy's got a point. Democrats, maybe you should hire him.